Yellow Jackets, two separate occasions.
Why would you do
That's the most physical pain that Dane has ever had. Like that. That seems light. Like in the grand scheme of life.
I feel like he's probably been in more pain.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, but that's not what his tweet said. And if you tweet it, it's factual.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Good to know.
Everybody knows that, Jarrett.
Good to know. All right. Let's do the thing where we share.
Yeah. That's what I'm working on now. Yikes. Okie dokie. I need to copy the link first.
That probably helps.
Yeah. I love that it pops up though. It's just there. Oh, turn that down. Share, copy link. Easy. We've almost got 300 subs. Almost.
Yeah, we've been floating around the 295 for a while.
Yeah.
Looks like our
Halloween costume is safe. I was thinking about that today.
Halloween costume is safe.
Oh, yeah, I actually had that exact thought today. Because I was going to make a comment about make sure you guys sub. Looking at you, fans. No, I'm kidding. Only if you like Jared's amazing eyes. Page. I'm just going to do a bunch of fire emojis. It's tweeted.
I told everyone on Facebook that if we get to 400 subscribers, I have to dress up as Pirate Steve from Stranger Things.
Yeah. And I have to dress up as the pothead guy. I forget his name. For some reason,
you call yourself a fan?
I watch so much.
You call yourself a fan? Eddie Munson, brother.
No, not Eddie. It's not Eddie. It's the stoner. Argyle. Thank you.
I thought you said you were going to go with Eddie.
No, Argyle. I would never forget Eddie Munson. One of my favorite characters of all time in that show.
Yeah.
Did you see the Halloween decoration of the Sadie Sink floating in the air?
No, that's sick though.
Dude, it's actually incredible. I mean, it literally looks just like the scene where she's in the sky. No idea how they did it. Magic.
Yeah. The upside down.
Yeah, it's just the power of positive thinking got her up there.
All right, you ready to light this candle?
Kind of.
All right, 3.
2. Yeah.
You say kind of, that's
close enough. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Silence Your Cell Phones. My name's Kevin, one of 2 hosts of the greatest show that you've ever seen in your life. Easily top 20. Or heard, if you're listening to the podcast. My co-host, Jarrett Hubbard, as always. Hello.
Hello.
Nice.
Thanks for having me.
Always. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Oh goodness. We have an exciting episode today.
we
And
do.
why is it exciting, Jarrett?
Because we get to talk about the D23 Expo that happened, I think, 2 weeks ago, which is essentially Disney's State of the Union. And I get far more excited for their State of the Union than our actual State of the Union.
Yeah, no, the correct answer was because we're big kids.
That
We are
fair.
just giant children. No, I'm kidding. You're right. I have zero knowledge of what went on at the expo. But we have devised a way for me to learn with you guys what happened. Jared?
Yeah, it is the one time Kevin's unpreparedness can benefit us as a podcast.
Yeah.
But first, Kevin, it's been a
Sir.
couple weeks.
It has.
What have you been watching?
NFL football.
Okay. I mean,
So
that's like 4 of the 7 days.
well, let me just give like some background here to our lovely listeners. Our fiscal year end at work is this month, and it's been absolutely insane. Like, and when I say insane, it's been wild. Um, and then that coupled with the beginning of football season, I really haven't watched a whole lot. I did rewatch the last season of Rick and Morty
Okay.
in preparation to begin the new season, which I think they're 2 or 3 episodes in.
Right.
So I will start that this week. Hopefully I'll get caught up because I'm a big Rick and Morty guy. Most of you guys know that I do the animated raunchy comedy thing. That's kind of one of my niches. I've also started rewatching. Oh gosh, what's the show called? It's the one that's made by The Simpsons on Netflix. Um, Also raunchy animated comedy. Yeah, Disenchantment.
Yeah.
So I started watching that, and then I went and rewatched a couple of seasons of Psych before bed. I try to do that once a year where I'll just pick up a season or two and watch it because it is one of my all-time favorite shows.
Yeah.
Movies, not much for movies for me. It was mostly television and football. Because when I wasn't working, I just really just wanted to chill. So it was just one of those things, unfortunately. What about you? What'd you get into this last couple weeks?
Same thing. A lot of football, college and NFL. Um, I've been watching Game of Thrones. Stay pretty weekly on that. I haven't watched the newest episode of Rings of Power, the episode 4, but I've watched up through 3. Still watching that. It's still, it's just not the same as Game of Thrones to me. Like it's like a show that I feel like I have to put effort into. Like when I get home, I'm like, I have to watch Rings of Power. Not like, oh, I get to watch Game of Thrones. It's like, oh, Rings of Power. I feel obligated to
Like
watch
a
it.
chore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not something that like I have to mentally be like up for it. Like there has to be literally nothing else for me to want to do.
Yeah.
And that's not saying a lot about the show.
Yeah.
Netflix put out a new anime called Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which is about the cyberpunk game in that world. And it's fantastic. Studio Trigger did it. The same people that did Gurren Lagann and Fully Cooley. For those of you who have watched those animes, it's terrific. It's crazy. It's wild. It's everything you would expect a cyberpunk anime to be. There's a couple of Netflix movies I need to watch, but I haven't gotten around to. This month in movies has been kind of just blah up until this last week with Barbarian and Pearl coming out, 2 horror movies. It's just I haven't.
But
This might be the first month in 2 years that I haven't been to a movie like in a theater.
yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I was thinking, me and Jared, we have this like awesome podcast that we do about movies, and we haven't been to a theater in like 2, 3 weeks.
Yeah,
And it's
I
like,
haven't been in September. I know.
well, besides the film festival,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah, but I
aside
mean,
from that, which was that, and that was a lot, albeit like we saw what
no,
six, five, 6 movies that week.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and so and it was a lot. So I guess taking time away to kind of chill was nice. But the reality is there hasn't been much I'd want to go watch in a theater.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, and we'll talk about what's coming out this week because I know we're gonna see a movie Friday, which will be nice. I at least need to see two, so my AMC pass has been paid for the month,
yeah.
and I didn't just waste $20. But other than that, it's been a lot of shows. Been playing a lot of cards. I started reading Game of Thrones. Um,
Nice.
so
Wait, I thought you were reading Lord of the Rings. Did you just we
well,
done with that?
I picked up Lord of the Rings, but I wanted to read Game of Thrones first.
Sure.
They didn't have the first book when I was at Barnes and Noble. And
Right.
then I went back Monday because I was looking for the Cyberpunk uh campaign book we're running on Tuesdays, and they didn't have it, but they did have the first Game of Thrones book.
Yeah, that's actually
So,
exciting. I'm really pumped about
yeah,
the the cyber or the cyberpunk D&D thing that we're running.
yeah. If you should watch Edge Runner.
I'm going to.
Like
Yeah.
it's a pretty good indication of what the world is like and how absolutely batshit things go.
Well, I've seen like gameplay, right? Like I've
Yeah,
seen some of the like the walkthrough stuff on the game.
yeah,
Um, it looks pretty neat. It looks like something I'm way more interested in than like the medieval type D&D. And don't get me wrong, that's fine too. But me personally, I think I'm gonna really enjoy this one.
yeah. Night City is an interesting place.
Seems
I
like
hope I hope the world is not like that in 50
I mean,
years.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, that's really it.
Okay, cool. Well, it's good to be back.
It is good to be back.
So let's go ahead and hop right into what you saw from the D23 Expo and and just lay it on me. Give me your best shot with some of this stuff.
Yeah, so I'm essentially just going to go over. I'm not going to give you everything they announced because they announced a ton of stuff. I'm going to kind of give you the heavy hitters, and then I just want you to tell me if you think it's going to be a boom or a bust. And if you want to break it down, boom in the box office or bust in the box office, and boom critics, bust critics.
Okay. Now, did they release
First,
were there trailers or were
yeah,
there
there were trailers for most of these, not
okay.
all of them, but most of them. Um, First things first, there's not a trailer for it, but Indiana Jones 5 has started filming.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
I had read an article a couple months ago saying that um uh, my brain isn't working today. The actor, the man, Harrison Ford.
Harrison
Sorry.
Ford.
Yeah, thank you. Um, I had read somewhere that he wasn't pleased with like the direction of the movie of the franchise. Um, and he was like boycotting working on it. So I don't know if they like had a sit down or some sort of discussion and said, "Hey, like, what would you like?" If that's the case, then I feel like it'll be pretty good because if anybody knows what a good Indiana Jones movie looks like, it's Harrison Ford. Um,
Allegedly.
but I also heard that Spielberg is helping produce the
Okay.
film, which bodes well, right? So I'm gonna give it a tentative thumbs up. I think it'll do fine. I don't think it'll bust, and I don't think it'll be as bad as Crystal Skull.
I sure hope not.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was a bad film.
That was a very bad movie.
That was not a good Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, hey Don, what's up? Boy in the chat. Thanks for stopping by.
Yo, Don, the young Don.
The young Don. All right, movie number 2, Disney Plus. It's called a streaming special, so I don't know if it was going to be a movie or a show, but it's called Werewolf by Night. It's a black and white horror genre, where a group of hunters are trying to unmask the titular werewolf masquerading among them. Sounds like the actual game of werewolf.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Did you watch the trailer for this film?
I have not watched the trailer.
Then I'm gonna say bust.
Okay, bust.
I think black and white's a big turnoff for.
I think horror genres can maybe pull it off.
I think if it were the early 2000s, it could. I don't know that it rides now.
Okay. I could see it going either way. I'm interested in it, but I could definitely see it being a bust. We have next a Disney Plus show, Marvel's Secret Invasion. Nick Fury returns to Earth.
Boom.
And it's just kind of him trying to find the Skrulls, who are shapeshifters. If like the ones from Captain Marvel that have been hiding on Earth.
Okay.
It's being presented as a gritty spy thriller similar to The Winter Soldier.
Now, is this animated?
No, this is live action. So we got Samuel L. Jackson.
It is Samuel L. Jackson
reprising his role.
Oh, I think that's a big boom.
I agree with you. I would definitely say watch the trailer because it's dark, and that's what I think. That's what I think the Marvel universe kind of needs right now, because they've been pushing a lot of comedy. So if they give me this like super dark, gritty, non-superhero related,
well, I guess Moon Knight was okay. Sure.
Yeah, but this is more like Moon Knight was graphic,
right?
Like I think this is like the first thing I thought about when I saw this was like this looked like a Bourne movie.
Oh, nice.
Like,
okay.
It doesn't look like there's a lot of superheroes. Now, surely they'll be mentioned because it is Marvel, but it looks
I'm
like
sure there'll be cameos.
Yeah, it looks very boots on ground and Nick Fury doing like the espionage type thing.
That's awesome.
I was very impressed by the trailer. So,
well, here's the thing that like with Marvel, categorizing success is a little more difficult now because they get so much viewership. They make so much money regardless of whatever they put out. You know, say what you want to about Thor: Love and Thunder, say what you want to about the Eternals. Those movies made money, lots of it. So like if you just say Marvel insert random character here, I'm going to say boom, because it's going to make a lot of money and get a lot of views.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see the streaming numbers on this because it is Disney Plus. So the revenue stream isn't as quantifiable as if it was a movie being put out in theaters.
Right.
But I'm very interested to see the streaming numbers that this gets on like opening night and whatnot.
Do you know what She-Hulk's been getting at all? Is that something that you're privy to?
I'm not privy. I've done very little She-Hulk reading or information. It hasn't been anything I've been interested in. I watched episode 1 and 2 and it was just kind of like meh.
Sure.
Like I'll probably eventually get around to it. Like the same thing with Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
They're Marvel shows that I'll watch, but I'm not rushing to watch them right now. So
okay.
Next we got no trailer, but we did get an announcement for and some information on the new Captain America movie called New World Order.
Nice.
Looks like Samuel Stern, the bad guy from the Incredible Hulk movie, is coming back as one of the bad guys. I don't know if he's the big bad. And it looks like Abomination was in She-Hulk, so it looks like they're pushing harder into the Hulk franchise. But yeah, we got a little more information about New World Order.
Yeah, Captain America is a huge boom for me. Okay. I think that's awesome. I'm just I like Chris Evans. I love him in as Captain America. I think wait,
Well,
hold on.
he's not
He's
Captain
not.
America.
Yeah, you're right. I had to stop myself. So who's playing
Uh,
Captain America?
it's
Uh,
Falcon Anthony Mackie.
okay, I just wasn't sure because I don't think I watched the end of uh the TV show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's still him.
So that was the sorry.
Yeah, it's still
Um
Sam Wilson.
Don said bust and black and white isn't terrible and could work for a nighttime adventure in werewolves. I mean for the genre.
Yeah,
It's the only genre in which it could work. I still think it won't be like up to today's standard.
I think it'll be a show that if you watch it, you'll be like,
Okay.
didn't hate it, didn't love it. Don't really care if it gets a second season or not.
God, I just remember that Captain Chris Evans is the Captain. I'm just so sad about that right now.
Next is the Thunderbolts, a new Marvel movie. It's essentially their version of the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
So it's got the USA agent who was the pseudo Captain America that was in the TV show, the one that ended up going like crazy.
Yeah.
So
is that lady the one that approached him? I'm assuming she's the one that organizes the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, she's going to be their Amanda Waller type S, the one pulling the strings. So we got the U.S. agent, we got Taskmaster from Black Widow.
Okay,
is a part of the team.
Love that.
Bucky as the Winter Soldier is a part of the team. We got Ghost from the second Ant-Man. So Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay,
the girl that could kind of like phase in and out.
Yeah.
We have Florence Pugh as Black Widow.
Boom. Go ahead. Sorry.
And her dad from the
Heck
movie.
Yeah, let's get it.
So that is the team of the Thunderbolts, I am extremely excited.
I think that'll be great
because I honestly liked all of these characters. US agent, kind of, but I feel like I was like one of the few people that really went heavy for the Taskmaster.
Yeah,
like, I thought she was sweet.
I also thought she was sweet,
and I'm hoping we get like more really awesome action scenes.
Yeah, so you got like not very long of knowing who she was in the film, but you actually got like character growth in that short amount of time, which I thought was sweet. I love the way they did her in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it sounds really good. Can I ask you, what was the issue you had with the first Suicide Squad?
The Will Smith version?
Yeah.
What
was the biggest problem with that film?
I've only seen it once, and I mean, I just think it was like altogether bad. I don't think there was enough introduction to any of the characters.
Yeah.
So like they were all just kind of thrown in, and then some of them just died instantly. Like I was never invested in any of them.
Right.
I didn't care for any of them. Like if they lived or died, that wasn't a thing to me.
Okay. So we're a little more familiar with these characters because they've been in other films. We've seen them on screen before. So hopefully that won't be as big an issue for this film. But my biggest thing with like the Suicide Squad was the actual story. Like I wasn't a fan. And even to an extent, like the newer Suicide Squad was equally as meh story-wise to me.
Right. The second Suicide Squad had the James Gunn effect. Like he was good. He was good on every level that the story could be meh, and he was still going to produce an awesome film.
Yeah. So that would be my biggest fear for this. But if Disney stays true to what they've been doing, obviously I think it'll be a huge boom. I think it'll be fantastic. Do they have a release date for that?
July 2024.
Nice.
So I would assume we're going to start seeing like little cameos and post-credit scenes in sometime in next year's
Yeah.
movies. And like you said, at least in this one, we are fairly familiar with all of these characters. Like we've seen a ton of Bucky, and we've seen pretty much an entire movie of Yelena, and she was in Hawkeye. We saw a good bit of the Red Guardian, very little of the Taskmaster, a little bit of the U.S. Agent, and not a ton of Ghost. Like she was in her own, she was in the movie, but we haven't seen her since. So at least three of these people we know kind of what they've been through. Bucky being the most.
Yeah, so real quick from Don. Original Suicide Squad, bad writing, clearly bad editing, felt rushed. You could tell there was a change in the plot story and it wasn't fleshed out. That was my biggest thing, was the plot story thing. Like I don't know, I'm just big on it being like seamless throughout the movie, and it didn't seem that way. And so that was my that's the trap I don't want it to fall in, but Disney does well.
That's kind of like all Warner Brother superhero movies, though.
Yeah,
they all suffer from what I feel is awful direction and awful writing. And I know people can say the Snyder cut of the Justice League was great, but if you add 2.5 hours to a movie, then like that, you just made a second movie. Like,
yeah.
Like I'm not gonna excuse an entire film because like, oh, it's so much better now that they added 5 hours worth of context. Like, that's just any movie can be good if you just slam 6 hours onto it with everything the fans have been bitching about for 4 years.
Right.
So
that's great.
That's not a good enough excuse for me. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, so Ant-Man 3. We haven't gotten any trailers from it. We do know the Wasp and Hank Pym will be back. Kang the Conqueror is the bad guy, so the dude from Loki is confirmed.
That's actually dope. That's pretty sweet. As far as Ant-Man goes, I've never been a huge fan. I don't. This is a hot take. You know, whatever. It's just my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of Paul Rudd. I've never really liked him.
Yep.
He doesn't have, to me, he doesn't have like a likable face. I know that sounds weird, but like, I don't know, like it just doesn't appeal to me. It's like an immediate, when I see his face on screen, I'm like, yeah. But
yeah, that's interesting to me. Like
that's a me thing.
I'm the opposite camp. I really like Paul Rudd. I think his brand of comedy is really funny. And I find the Ant-Man movie so unassuming, right? So it's like you go into it and you expect an okay movie, and then there's just something about them when you leave the theater, you're like, damn, that was really enjoyable. And I don't know if it's just like I continue to set that bar for it. Yeah. Like, okay, well, this isn't going to live up to the Winter Soldier or the Avengers or all these other like solo superhero movies. And then you watch it and you're like, you know what, that was actually really good. They said, I'm reading the little blurb, it looks like Kang might not be the bad guy, but he needs Ant-Man to retrieve something that was stolen from him. So it looks like it might be a heist movie. Oh, nice. Which is, I enjoy a good heist movie, big Ocean's 11 guy. So I don't know, I think it'll be good. But I like the Ant-Man movies.
I actually thought of something while you were talking. Another reason why I don't like Ant-Man, just Ant-Man. So did you watch The Boys?
I haven't seen it all the way through, no.
Okay. There's a scene where a guy who gets smaller, essentially like Ant-Man, goes into an orifice of another human being. and expands and gets huge and just destroys that person. And I feel like Ant-Man could just do that.
Yeah, that was. Have you not seen that meme?
No.
Like that is a running joke about why did Ant-Man jump in Thanos' butthole?
But like, why? You know, like you have to. It's like
I'll have to try to find the clip for you, but I'm almost certain that
that
Paul
is
Rudd was
also not the correct orifice.
okay. Well,
There's a smaller, more
yeah.
delicate area of a man's body.
Well, that's not the meme for Ant-Man, but I'll see if I can find the clip of it.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
I'm almost certain that someone asked Paul Rudd this at a Comic-Con about
Like
why, about why he did not try that strategy. And then I forget what he said, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, look, and it's not. I'm not like a Paul Rudd hater or anything. I don't want people to be like, "Oh, Kevin hates Paul Rudd." Like sometimes he does, like he has funny moments, and like sometimes his brand of comedy is perfect for like a role. I just don't think it's Ant-Man. I don't know.
That's fine. I respect it. We got who did they get? We got the director for the Fantastic Four movie.
All right.
It's the same. It's the same guy, Matt Shackman.
Okay.
He did WandaVision.
Oh, nice. I loved WandaVision. I loved the way that was done. I might be alone there. I don't know. What'd you think?
I liked WandaVision. Like I think most of the Disney shows up until like She-Hulk have been awesome.
I mean, I don't hate She-Hulk.
Yeah,
that might be, I might be on an island there, but
I think it's like I enjoy the ones that, and She-Hulk might, but I enjoy the ones that are like expanding the universe. Like
yeah,
there were,
different.
and I know She-Hulk's kind of like the sitcom, right? And that's its job.
Right.
And so I mean I can appreciate that for what it is, but like the reason why I liked WandaVision was because there were repercussions to what Wanda did that spilled over into future movies. There are future things that are being set up in Loki that like King to Conquer existing changes everything about the Marvel universe.
Right.
Being able to jump timelines and stuff like that has lasting repercussions on the world.
Yeah, no, it definitely has a greater impact. And well, you also have to think like there's been previous exposure to these like the characters in the other shows, the Lokis, the WandaVisions. This is an origin story essentially for She-Hulk.
Yeah.
So it's different in that regard too. Like we've gotten a lot more backstory from the other characters, and not so much She-Hulk. So I don't know. I don't dislike it by any means. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't watched the show, so I can't say if I like or dislike. I'm just not. It's kind of like the Paul Rudd thing for you. Like I'm not inclined to go watch it.
Sure.
Loki season 2 got announced
All day. Boom.
Yeah,
boom, boom, boom. So good.
And it looks like they're the new guest. Do you remember? You never saw Everything Everywhere All at Once, did you?
No, I didn't.
No. But Hugh Kwan. Sorry,
is that the main actress?
No, that's the guy from the Goonies, Data.
What?
And Indiana Jones, the Dr. Jones.
Yeah,
Dr.
I know
Jones.
who he is.
Yeah, so he was the husband in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and he's going to be in season 2 of Loki.
As what? That's awesome.
Outstanding return to acting, is officially joining the God of Mischief's next outing. It doesn't say as what.
That's sweet.
Yeah, he was great. So that looks like most of the Marvel stuff that got announced. Now we're moving into some more generic Disney stuff.
This is what we came here for. This is why we're here.
Yeah, this is why we're here. I don't know if you remember the movie Enchanted
Enchanted with what? Yeah, I do. Hold on. I know what that is.
It's about the girl who comes out of the fairy tale and comes to like actual Earth.
That's not the one with Anna Kendrick, right?
No, that's Into the Woods. This one's Amy Adams.
Oh, then no, I don't know what this is. Oh, is that Dr. McDreamy?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Susan Sarandon? What? Okay. No, I don't think I ever saw this movie. It's got a 7.1 on IMDb though.
Yeah, I mean it's an enjoyable film.
Nice. Okay. They really say second?
Well, Disenchanted is like the uh opposite, where she comes to the real world and doesn't like that it's not a fairy tale, and essentially it's like the evil version of the Enchanted movie.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's a different take on a similar story.
Nice.
Looks like that'll be Disney Plus, probably exactly where it needs to be.
Sure.
Uh,
I think that's probably very mid,
yeah,
but
it'll be a good stay at home watch.
it'll have its audience, I think.
Yeah.
That cast is nuts, by the way.
It is.
Julie Andrews, Adina Menzel, Patrick Dempsey, Susan Sarandon, Amy Adams, James Marsden. I thought I saw somebody else too, but I mean that's crazy.
Yeah. Disney's got pull.
Yeah.
Next, probably the most talked about movie of the expo.
Okay.
The Little Mermaid.
I'm actually excited to see the direction it goes. I'm not big on the live action Disney films. I'm like partial, and it's probably because I'm old. Like I'm 30.
I just think they're bad.
Well, it's relative, right? Because the only thing we know is the originals, the OGs, the animated. Like I feel like a different generation will probably love those films. But it's just they're not for me. But I've seen the comments on Twitter about the Little Mermaid, and I don't like.
Let me go on record saying this now. The movie's not going to be bad because Halle Bailey is Ariel.
Right.
Like it's got nothing to do with her as an actor or her as her ability to sing or whatever.
Right.
I just think the movie's going to be bad because they have yet to show me a live action remake.
Yes.
That was good. Like Beauty and the Beast was probably the best one they did, and it was okay. And like, no offense to Halle Bailey, but you're no Emma Watson. Like, if they can't pull it off with
a global icon, essentially.
Yeah, someone I think Emma Watson is a fantastic actress.
Yeah.
Like,
well, she's proven.
Yeah.
She was proven when she took the role.
Yeah.
And even she couldn't save it. Like she had fans all over the globe. And even she couldn't make that movie better.
Yeah. So what I need The Little Mermaid to do, if it's going to succeed, is it needs to stay true to its roots, because I think that's where Disney misses the mark when it goes live action. We need like the appeal of these original animated Disney movies is the magic and the charm that comes along with them. So if we get to see
and the music,
yeah, for the love of
God,
it
right.
They showed her singing. A part of the trailer was Halle Bailey singing, or Haley Bailey, whichever. I'm sure it's Halle. Singing "Part of Your World."
Nice.
In the trailer, but we need more.
That's like the thing, though. Like Disney is known for having great soundtracks, great music, great singing, and when they went away from that with Mulan, dude, no.
Yeah, like it's not even like
absolutely not.
It's not just that Disney is known for their music. They're known for their music in these movies that they are remaking. Like, like,
If you ask me the best part about Mulan, I'm telling you, it's reflection.
yeah. And then
It's make a man out of you. Like
dude,
it's
my biggest. Did you ever watch Mulan?
oh god no. They said no
Because
no Mushu, I'm out, dog.
you know the biggest slap in the face when I was sitting there watching that movie
What?
was they would play the tune
Oh
of Reflections,
yeah.
or he would be sitting there and he was like, "We need our soldiers to be fast as a coursing river."
Oh,
And I was just like,
no.
I was like, just sing the song.
That is awful. I think my sister told me about that they like had the background music to Mulan.
Reflections was the background music of the entire movie.
Oh my god, that's
and
awful.
I was like, dude, just sing it. Like,
I'll sing
like just please. There's a reason why sitting at 31 years old,
yeah,
their songs still come on my iPod randomly.
yeah,
Like they are
yeah.
bangers.
Well, they're just what you remember about the movies more times than not. Like, and don't get me wrong, it's not like the movies were lacking. Like the plot was like fine, the story was fine, it was fine for kids, right? Yeah. But the thing that you remember, the reason why we're there is because we loved the music. That is the memorable thing.
Well, essentially, it comes down to like when you're talking about all-time great Disney movies, it comes down to the soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
Like no one gives
every time.
No one gives a shit about the story. Yeah. Like why do I think Beauty and the Beast is the greatest Disney movie of all time? Well, look at the soundtrack. I mean, Beauty and the Beast won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it comes down to which songs are more memorable, and that's the charm of the Disney movies. So if they go out here and I can see CGI Sebastian singing Kiss the Girl, I am all for it.
So the funny thing about that is that even the more recent Disney films, the only thing people remember really about Frozen is Let It Go.
Let It Go.
Like, truly. Like, people don't just remember the story of Frozen. Like, they just don't. They immediately let it go. First thing that pops up in your head. So, like, they're like synonymous. Disney is synonymous with Disney music, Disney soundtracks. Mm-hmm. So give us that when you give us these live, because I think there's a lot of potential in live action remakes of Disney movies if the soundtrack is done correctly. And that's literally all I ask. So, yeah, you know, if they do that, then I think The Little Mermaid could be good. Like you said, if the movie's bad, it has nothing to do with who's playing Ariel.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with the color of the mermaid's skin.
It's like that means the 21st century people. Like, truly, get with it.
And yeah, that's got nothing to do with it. I'm kind of tired of the live action remakes. I will say this, and I forgot about it. At least in Aladdin, they did the music right.
I think so too.
Yeah,
and we didn't hate it. And we didn't hate it.
Like the best part, like Will Smith, and I very rarely say I enjoy Will Smith in a movie besides King Richard.
That was twice in a year. Twice in a year you said that.
Will Smith getting to do the Genie songs.
Yeah.
Like, You'll Never Have a Friend Like Me. I think he did a really good job. Or Prince Ali, he also did a really good job. So, and it's like crazy because those were the best parts of the movie. And it was the music.
Yeah. They were. That's absolutely true.
Yeah. So, Little Mermaid, if it gets its music, I think it'll be good. If it doesn't get its music, I think it'll be ass. So,
yeah, I agree.
That's what it's going to come down to. I mean, we didn't even get Hakuna Matata in The Lion King,
which is an absolute sin.
Yeah.
So,
like,
have they done a Tarzan?
I mean, they've done live action Tarzans, but not like live action.
Yeah, but I mean,
like, and I swear to God, dude, there are soundtracks that are masterpieces, like truly masterpieces. And if they ever made a live action Tarzan and didn't do Phil Collins, I would walk out of the theater.
Who's the guy? Oh man, They got Tim the Toolman Taylor guy. What's his name? Wasn't he a Tarzan or something?
No, he was Buzz Lightyear.
No. I'm saying in a like Call of the Wild or something. I thought
No,
he
there
was that
was
in a movie, but I could be wrong. Brendan Fraser was for sure.
Brendan Fraser was George of the Jungle.
Yeah, so if they got Brendan Fraser to play Tarzan in a live action remake, would you watch it?
Oh yes. Unless they said, "Hey, we're not using the original soundtrack," and then I wouldn't watch it out
Okay,
of principle.
sure. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I love Brendan Fraser. Do you know how many times I've seen The Mummy?
There's a quote every time I hear his name. There was a movie where somebody yelled Brendan Fraser, and I can't remember who said it or what movie it's from, but it's the first thing I think of when I hear his name. Brendan Fraser.
All right, we got off on a big tangent, but that one was probably worth it. That was probably the most hot topic of D23. Next, Mandalorian season 3.
Boom.
Yeah.
Easy boom. Not
Hocus Pocus 2.
I saw that on Twitter. Okay. Let me tell you something. People have been begging for literal years.
Decades.
For decades now. For a second Hocus Pocus. And they have an opportunity to do something very well and very right. And if they come through, then that could be one of the biggest like Halloween movies that we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all about it. If they do it right, it's gonna be
I love Hocus Pocus.
Everybody loves Hocus Pocus, dude.
Yeah.
If you're our age.
Oh, dude, our entire childhood Halloween was Hocus Pocus and then Halloween Town.
Halloween Town, yeah.
I mean, it's just put it on.
Dude, Halloween Town was one of my favorites, like growing up, because it was on all the time.
Yeah. Like, well, once October hit, you had like Phantom of the Megaplex, Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire,
yeah,
Halloween Town 1, 2, and 3.
So
and they would play those every day.
Every time I can't find a sock, I always think that it's with the guy in the Halloween Town where all the lost things go. I'm like, damn it, he's got one of my socks.
I lose a lot of socks. Yeah, so I think Hocus Pocus 2 is going to be a boom.
Yeah.
It's on Disney. It's on Disney Plus.
If they do it wrong, there's going to be so much backlash, though. Actually.
Well, they returned the original 3.
I saw that.
The witches, which is the most important part. That's step 1 in creating a legacy film.
Well, that and the cat. Right?
Yeah.
We got to have the cat. I'm sorry. So
yeah, I think Hocus Pocus is solid. Inside Out 2.
I didn't watch the first one.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, I didn't watch the first one.
Oh, I think this is.
It didn't. That's the where they control the body. It's the
emotions.
Yeah, I've seen part of it, but I wasn't a big fan.
That's crazy to me. I think that's probably Pixar's best movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Okay.
I think it does such a good job explaining emotions to children. That's actually insane.
Oh,
like how to cope with things.
Yeah.
I think it's just a great film.
Nice.
Willow. It's an old Lucas films project.
Is it a remake of a movie? Or
nearly 35 years after it released, Ron Howard and George Lucas's cult fantasy film Willow will finally get a follow-up, so it looks like a sequel.
Disney 1988 film. Fantasy adventure.
It's a show.
I never watched it. It says...
No, I'm talking about Willow. The new Willow will be a TV show. Not
a movie. Nice. Okay. I never saw this one. It was before my time, 1988. Yeah. Is that Val Kilmer? Mm-hmm. It is, dude. Whoa. Maybe I gotta watch this thing. Let's see. Where's the IMDb? Here we go. IMDb 7.2 out of 10. It's pretty solid, especially for a movie that was done 30 years ago. No, 40, 35.
Yeah. Math.
Math be mathin'.
Math be
Warwick
math.
Davis. Okay. Yeah, I can dig it. I might have to give it that. Tony Cox was in it. They just got a bunch of small people.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I think they're dwarves. I think this is like a Middle Earth type setting.
They are.
Okay. Well, then now it tracks. Uh, um, don't give me that, man. Okay, I'm sorry if that wasn't PC. I don't, I don't
It's
know.
funny.
Damn it. I done messed up. I done
You
goofed.
done messed up, Aaron.
Don said George in the Jungle better respect my boy.
Hell yeah, dude. Brendan Fraser. This is a Brendan Fraser supporting household.
The one and only mummy.
So,
Like the true.
I saw a bumper sticker the other day, and I'm really anti bumper stickers on cars.
Just in general.
But I saw one, and it said, "I would much rather be watching the 1999 cinematic masterpiece, The Mummy, right now." And I was like, "Damn, if that doesn't sum
Wow.
up my life."
Yeah, you did see it on your own truck, didn't you? You put it there.
Yeah, dude, it's
Yeah.
just etched into my brain.
Yeah.
That's why half my brain is smooth.
When you told me you had the mummy dream, like you dream about watching the mummy, that was when I knew we might have like an issue. Like you might need to see somebody about that. Like I don't know like what it means, but it doesn't mean nothing.
I don't know. Just I got excellent movie taste.
Okay, I can dig Willow. I have to watch the film, but I don't think too many people will like. I don't think there are a lot of people that'll be super familiar with it.
No, and definitely, I think it was like the generation before us.
Yeah,
Because if I've seen it, it was only when I was a kid, and I don't remember anything of it. So I would probably have to go back and watch the movie as well. So
okay.
next we got Tales of the Jedi. It's an animated show. 6 different shorts. Featuring things about Count Dooku falling to the dark side, stuff with Anakin, Obi-Wan, Yoda, Mace Windu, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Anything with Star Wars name on it, man. Like,
yeah, it looks like it's animated like a very clean version of Clone Wars.
I thought Clone Wars was clean for its time, anyways.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like one notch above that.
Yeah, that's great.
This show's already come out, but I haven't watched it yet. It's called Andor. It's a Star Wars story about Cassian Andor from Rogue One. More about the Rebel Alliance, not so much about Jedi, Sith, and the Force. They say it's like the gritty, dark story Star Wars fans have been looking for.
Yeah, I've heard it was good.
Yeah, Christian Harloff has been pretty high on it.
Yeah, that's what I saw. That's also where I saw. Looks like we have a lot of the same sources.
That's true. We have the same taste.
Yeah.
We got The Bad Batch season 2.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Star Wars story about some clone troopers.
I'm sure it's booming then.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
Oh man, this is tough. I'm a fan of Rick Riordan and like a lot of his books. So these are near and dear to my heart.
Same.
My favorite is obviously like the Kane Chronicles, and it was that's the Egyptian one. And I wish they would do those movies. They haven't figured it out yet. And I don't know if they're not putting enough effort into it. Like it seems to me like they're pasting the name on like terrible writing, acting, directing, and saying, hey, if you love the books, because they know they're going to have an audience, right? They're going to make that money. If you're a fan of the books, you're going to watch it. But I really hope they take the time to do it correctly, because they could be smashes.
It is a series.
Okay.
So it's not a movie.
Which is nice.
It's got the young Ryan Reynolds from the Adam Project.
Oh, that's right. I love him.
It's Percy Jackson.
Cool.
I think he did a great job in the Adam Project, so I'm excited for that. It also says that this is supposed to be a more novel, accurate version of the story.
Good.
So I'm excited for it.
Annabeth has big shoes to fill, though.
I mean,
I'm a fan.
Oh yeah, but Alessandra Daddario, she was just hot.
She's a great actress, Jarrett.
But she wasn't in the Lightning Thief.
She is talented.
Dude, I just remember that was the first time I ever saw her, and I was like, why are her eyes so
yes, blue? Dude. Oh my gosh.
And I've been in love with her since.
Yeah. And then she's great in True Detective. So there's that.
Yeah, someone said her best performance. Very, very rarely do I say I'm jealous of Woody Harrelson, but you know, that time I was real jealous.
No, but look, if they do it correctly and like pace it, because the pacing was like one of the bigger issues of the actual movie. It was so poorly done in the first film. But it sounds like with the TV series they can pace it appropriately. I want it to be done more of like a new age TV series where episodes are like 45 minutes to an hour long, and it's like bigger budget, because they can do this. Like they have the.
I definitely don't think this could be 30 minutes film, like 30-minute episodes.
I don't either.
They need to be hour long.
I agree.
All right, next on the list, National Treasure: Edge of History, a National Treasure TV show.
I'm all about it. Give it to me. Wait. Nick Cage?
No, Nick Cage.
Dang, that would have been great. Maybe a Nick Cage cameo, though. Huh?
That would be great, but dude, Nick Cage, she's booming.
I'm a big Nick Cage guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's too big for Disney Plus now.
Yeah, but like, is he though? You know?
The unbearable weight of massive talent pushed him.
Yeah, it did. But I feel like he's, one spending spree away from being back into his Disney Plus territory,
Yeah, that's fair.
We love Nick Cage.
We do love Nick Cage. I'm sure it'll be okay. It will not be better than okay.
No.
I think we got 3 more.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I typed in images for the Disney Expo earlier. We have our background, and I saw a picture of something that was like near and dear to me.
Was it Santa Clauses?
No. I hope one of the movies coming up is what I think it is.
Well, there's only 3, and I don't think, if it's not Santa Clauses, I don't think it's the next 2. So why don't you tell me what you saw? We can talk about that.
I saw a picture, and maybe there's nothing. Maybe it's maybe it's nothing. I saw a picture of Osmosis Jones.
That's not a Disney movie.
Okay. So I didn't know if it fell under the category of something that Disney has bought or purchased.
Maybe they have, because I remember the show. I think that came on.
Was there a show?
Yeah, Osmosis Jones was, because it was Ozzy and Drix was the show.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I was such a big fan of the movie, and I was really praying that you were going to tell me there was a second movie coming out, and that would be lit.
I don't have any information on a second Osmosis Jones.
Man.
I'm sorry, buddy.
That's all right. That's okay.
No, the movie was Warner Brothers.
Oh, it was? Okay.
So they might have, because I remember.
Because all I did was type in D23 Expo on images so I wouldn't see anything. Because I thought it would just give me like this. And it did, except one of the images had Osmosis Jones, the Ozzy, and his wife would look like his lady.
Yeah. No, so Ozzy and Drix was also Warner Brothers. So I probably just remember watching it on like Saturday morning cartoon blocks.
Damn. Yeah.
So yeah, I got no information
excited.
for you on Ozzy and Drix.
Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Yeah.
This is a national treasure. Nice.
Yeah, she's
Barth has a cameo. Harvey Keitel has a role. Catherine Zeta-Jones is a national treasure. That's dope.
yeah.
That's exciting.
All right, Santa Clauses. Tim Allen comes back as the Santa Claus.
Surprise! Tim Allen is Santa Claus. Also, my entire childhood at Christmas.
Yeah. I think the elf also comes back. I forget his name, but
The elf?
yeah.
Like Buddy the elf?
No, the elf from the movie Santa Claus.
Oh, nice. Hold on. Is that the one that he was a kid?
Yeah.
The bigger guy, he's in other movies too. Like he's in other Disney movies. Santa Claus. Spencer Breslin, like
Yeah.
Curtis. Yeah. David Krumholtz was also in that film. He was Bernard the elf.
Yeah.
He's the guy from what's the Zoe Deschanel? He's the roommate.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
New Girl.
Yes. I think that's him, right? Or is that Leonard? No, that's New Girl. Anyways, sorry, continue.
So yeah, there was that. I think it'll be fine.
I also think it'll be very just fine. Probably something that kids in this generation will watch for the next 50 freaking years.
Yeah. So the next one, I also forgot, was a Disney franchise. Avatar: The Way of Water.
Yes. Give me all of that.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked for Avatar. I was such a big fan of the first one.
Yeah.
And I always wondered why they didn't make a sequel. Like I get Avatar was very much like lightning in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to replicate. But it just made so much money. It didn't make any sense to not do a sequel. And my biggest fear is, has too much time gone by?
Well, he's been working on this movie for 12 years. It's not like the sequel was
12 years.
Yeah. Avatar came out in 2010.
Okay.
And he has been working on this movie since Avatar came out.
That cannot be right.
Like it might not have been in production, but James Cameron has been actively working on this movie.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, the Avatar. Okay. So Avatar, it says here 09, right?
Yeah.
010, whatever. 010. What an idiot. Kevin, you're stupid. Well,
there's a 0, then a 10.
So he's been actively working on this since.
So then? So what people don't really get or understand about Avatar, like this is James Cameron's baby. Like right. At the first Avatar, that movie was already in like the writing phase in like 1980.
Oh, wow.
James Cameron knew he wanted to do Avatar in 1980 something, but he said he will not make that movie until technology can do what he wants it to do.
That's insane.
And so he was sitting on that movie until he could figure out a way to put his vision on screen with the technology he wanted.
That's sweet.
And so he's been working on, I think there's supposed to be 4 of them. So this world has been building for almost 50 years.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's like I think this is James Cameron, like his love child.
Yeah.
Like this is something that he cares about deeply.
Yeah, I had no idea because to me, obviously before this previous year, I was just a casual fan.
Yeah.
And I always wondered, like, why wouldn't they follow that up with a sequel? It was so good. And obviously most sequels aren't as successful. And I get that. But the appeal was so huge when it came out that I just thought they would ride that momentum into another film. And when I didn't get it, I was super upset. But when I saw the trailer for this one, maybe I wouldn't have been as excited had it come out a couple years after the first one.
Yeah,
maybe it's the right thing to do.
I think James Cameron is, at least when it comes to these movies, I think it's not going to get released until he thinks it's perfect. He's not going to let a studio bully him into putting out another one just to get money, right? Yeah. Because I'm sure if you released Avatar 5 years ago, it still makes $1 jillion.
Right.
Like, I think this is you'll get the movie when I think it's good enough to be released. And I'm okay with that.
Sure.
I mean, there's no reason to rush things out that aren't going to be perfect, because I think if Way of the Water is good, which I think it will be, then when he starts announcing the third one, we'll each be equally excited, because we can say, you know what, Avatar was awesome. Yeah. Avatar, The Way of the Water was really awesome. So we won't go back and say, well, Way of the Water was meh, so I'm not super excited for the third one. We can say, okay, well, we waited 12 years and it was worth the wait.
Right.
And I think what they're doing now is super brilliant. I mean, they're re-releasing it like 2 months before Way of the Water comes out, Avatar, the original.
I'm interested in how much money that makes.
Yeah, I also think that's a fight for the number 1 spot, which is kind of funny because it's just Disney fighting itself.
Yeah. What else is new, Jared?
Yeah. So I'm really excited to rewatch Avatar in theaters.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for Way of the Water.
I think it will be amazing.
Yes, agreed. And everyone knows I'm a James Cameron stan. So slap his name on it. I'm watching it.
Sure.
And the last one, a movie that I had not heard of until D23, and this got my heart excited because it's kind of what we were talking about earlier with The Little Mermaid, and it looks like Disney's going back to its roots. It's a movie called Wish. It says it's made to celebrate Disney's 100th anniversary. The film will explore the origins of the company's iconic wishing star and the aptly named Kingdom of Wishes. And then director Chris Buck and Fawn Beersenthorn will feature West Side Story's Ariana DeBose. So she's going to be the main voice.
Love that.
And then Alan Tudyk. He was Pirate Steve and the friend in A Knight's Tale, and he does a ton of voice acting.
Yeah, we love him too.
So Ariana DeBose is going to be the main character, and Alan is going to be the adorable talking goat Valentino.
Oh, and they have a adorable sidekick.
So we have Ariana DeBose being 17-year-old Asha, who I'm sure will sing because we know Ariana DeBose can sing.
Yeesh.
And then Valentino, the funny, adorable animal sidekick. This is what we love Disney for.
Yes.
And I hope this movie makes $1 billion so we can get more of these.
Yeah. Because I'm tired of not getting these.
Yeah, I need more. I need more Disney princess soundtracks.
Yeah.
I'm man enough to admit that.
Yeah, I'm comfortable enough to say, you know what? I want all of that and then some.
Yeah, easily.
So give me all of that. So it sounds like this was a massive, massive event.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was like, it might have been a week long, 2 or 3 days, something like that. But it was, and this was just the like highlights. They had a day for movies, a day for Disney Plus TV, and then they had a day for their plans for the theme parks.
Oh wow.
So this was, like I said, this was their State of the Union.
That's awesome. So really excited about everything coming out from Disney. Man, not not everything, but most of it.
Yeah. I think
Most
it's a
of it
pretty good. I
seems.
think it's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah. So what do we have to look forward to for movies, Jared? What are we looking at over the next week or two?
So for this week, we have "Don't Worry, Darling,"
Oh boy.
who is even the people that made the movie hate the movie. Have you seen the drama that's been going on with them? Like not just not just the Shia LaBeouf
LaBeouf
stuff.
thing was the only thing I've seen.
So at the red carpet debut, Florence Pugh did not show up.
I saw, did Harry Styles spit on?
He spit on Chris Pine.
Yeah. Was that real?
It is real.
Yikes.
He's
Wow.
literally going, I guess they hate each other. I don't know. But he's going to sit down with him, like sit down next to him for the viewing, and he spits on him and then sits down next to him.
Yikers.
And then none of the cast, except for maybe Harry Styles, or it might have been including Harry Styles, like no one talked to Olivia Wilde when she came out. Like she would walk up to someone and then they would just walk away. So it sounds to me that everyone hated being a part of this movie.
That is not good.
No, and I heard it had a bunch of stuff to do with like Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles being a couple or something on set and how they interacted with everybody else. And
well, I heard Harry Styles' acting was really bad in this film.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The comment that I read had said something like, based on his acting in this movie, Dunkirk was like an anomaly. Like it was not, like it was just a fluke, basically, and that his acting in this movie is atrocious.
Well, we were looking at it, and I don't know if it'll go up once audiences get to see the movie or not. But IMDb has it as a 1 out of 10.
That's a pretty low number.
I have never seen IMDb give a score like that. Like for reference, the 355 got a 5.5 out of 10.
And that was a bad movie.
That was
actually bad.
That was a stinker.
Oh.
So I will probably still end up seeing it because I want to see if it's worse than Space Jam.
I literally just typing in Space Jam in the IMDb, 4.4 out of 10.
Okay. So
I was seeing how low the bar could go.
Because I thought it would take me longer than a year to find a movie that was worse than Space Jam. Like
I hope it is worse than Space Jam.
Yeah, same, honestly. And I hate it for Florence Pugh because I love her and I think she's a fantastic actress. And I'm sure she's not the reason the film is bad. But so you have that to look forward to if you're self-hating, whatever.
Yeah.
They are re-releasing Avatar this weekend. I am much more inclined to go see that.
Big facts.
Next week we have Smile.
That'll be interesting.
Which is kicking off our spooky season.
It is. Last year I watched a bunch of Halloween films or a bunch of scary movies and kind of got into that whole genre.
Yep. And then we have Bros coming out next week. The rom-com about the homosexual guy, the Billy on the street.
Oh yeah. That looks really good.
I think it's going to be funny.
It looks hilarious.
Yeah, I think it'll be really funny. So that's what we have the next couple weeks. I have been told for October if we need a guest for horror, Cody is down to join us.
Oh, Yikes. Is he going to be on his best behavior?
You
We're gonna get Cody on his best behavior.
We're gonna get Cody on Cody's behavior. So
I kid. I love
worst
Cody.
case, it'll be funny.
There's nothing wrong with funny.
There's
Cody's good
nothing
people.
wrong with
We
funny.
love Cody. We do.
That's true. I'm sure all tens of people will be okay.
We will throw a advisory like sticker on the warning label on our page.
Yeah, this might be when you just tell the FHE crew, you know, it just just stay tuned. Stay tuned next week, you know.
Yeah, just come on back later. Not
Much
rated
later.
E for everyone.
No, not at all. But he is probably my most qualified horror.
Yeah, for sure.
Friend. I mean, he watches.
He's seen like
every horror movie that comes out.
Well, he's the one who gave me suggestions last year when I was going through the Halloween thing. He was the one that gave me he listed movies that were like good for beginner friendly for people who were new to the genre. So it was really cool. And I know he's knowledgeable. So
yeah, he's a knowledgeable horror guy. So that coming on, he'll probably be our next guest.
And one of the smartest people we know, probably.
Yeah, that's true. He is brilliant. He'll tell you differently, but don't let him fool you.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's about it.
Okay, cool. Well, that's exciting. Yeah. It is almost Halloween season, which means
movies are finally starting to be good again.
Yeah, that is what that means. But it also means that we're getting awfully close to our target goal.
True.
Of subscribers for our Halloween costume episode. If we get to 400 subs by Halloween, Jarrett will be dressed as Captain Steve from Things, and I will be dressing up as Argyle from Stranger Things. So let's make that happen, and we'll do a whole episode where we're Steve and Argyle just doing our thing. That's exciting.
Yeah, spread the word.
Spread the word. You know, if you like our stuff, give us a thumbs up, give us a sub. If you're interested in coming on the show or you have ideas, we've got social medias. We're on Facebook. If you look up Silence Your Cell Phones under the subcategory of podcast, we have an Instagram at Silence Your Cell Phones. We have a Gmail if you want to reach out and shoot us an email. Silence Your Cell Phone, no S, at gmail.com. We also have a Patreon, and we need to add stuff to it. We've got a couple videos on there now.
We're so bad.
Well, it's like
we're the worst Patreoners.
We'll get there. It's a work in progress, guys. So bear with us. But patreon.com/silence your cell phones. And then we have a Twitter. We tweet things. In the tweeter sphere. Yeah, so if you just look up Silence Your Cell Phones or at Silenced Phone, that is our Twitter handle. Feel free to add us, DM us. If you know Jared or I personally, give us a call.
Talk to us. No, dude, don't call us. Be normal. There's
nothing wrong with phone calls. Be sociable. Yeah. You know, people are losing the ability to talk to other people just in general. So don't be that person. Give us a call. Jared won't answer, but I will.
Kevin will answer. I'll be very confused. If someone who normally does not call me calls me, I'm going to assume the absolute worst.
I feel like there are 4 people that call you, Jarrett. Your parents, Lauren, and Kevin, and that's like it.
That is factual. Like that is the only. That is it. 100%. So if you're calling me, and we usually are on a Facebook message to text basis, just assume I'm going to think you're shot, and that this is an emergency.
Every time I call Jarrett, I can hear him go, like it's almost like a reaction, like why the hell are you calling? I can like hear it in your voice. Like, why are you calling me? Why aren't you just messaging me? But I think it's gotten to the point where you've just accepted that I'm gonna call you.
Yeah. That's basically it.
Well, I think for the show, I think that's everything. Have we gone over all that we need to go
Yeah,
over?
we have Disney'd out.
Yeah, Disney'd out for the future. We've done it all. This week we'll try to watch a couple movies in theaters. That's pretty much it for me. If you want to add anything, by all means, and if not, you can sign us off or whatever you want to do.
No, that was everything. We appreciate you guys stopping by. Don, thank you so much
Love you, Don,
for giving us someone else to talk to in here. Also, Don, we need to reach out to you and probably get you on the show.
Facts.
You got really good movie taste. That's why we still share our video account.
Super knowledgeable.
But besides that, guys, we will see you next week and sing.